So now in the optical network transmission nodes and the layers and protocols, we do consider something called as a public telecommunication network overview. So it is here. So basically the optical public telecommunication network depends on an hierarchy which is divided into 3 tiers. The first one is called as the long haul or core. The second one is called as the metropolitan, and the third one is called as the access. So now what basically is this? Any telecommunication network that you consider will have its domain applied to the public. So it will be of a public domain and is known as public telecommunication network. Here there will be something called as a carrier or the service provider who offers this service in a wide variety of the voice, data or video transmission. So whenever we consider a block diagram of this, it will be having 3 blocks. The first one happens to be the long haul, second is metropolitan, and the third one is access. We do call these blocks as tiers. So here it is mentioned there will be 3 tiers, that is long haul, the first one, second is the metropolitan, and the third one is access. So first let me now concentrate on the long haul or the core. So when you consider this long haul, we can even call it as a backbone network which provides the national or the global coverage. This can reach thousands of kilometers, and these networks can connect metropolitan networks such as countries or interconnect together several country-wide long haul networks. This interconnection between the optical nodes is generally accomplished by the means of a optoelectrical conversion and or the optical switches employing the OXCs. Here we have considered 4 OXCs, so each of which will represent one part. So all of it can be connected within the country. So this is about the long haul or core. This can cover the hundreds to thousands of kilometers. So the next one happens to be the metropolitan. So at the next lower level, the hierarchical level, we have got the metropolitan area network. We do call this as MAN. So you may know this already. The MAN stands for metropolitan area network. We often refer to it as metro, and sometimes we even call it as backhaul network. The previous one was the long haul network, and this is called as backhaul network. These networks have got a multi-service platform, and this can be confined into a region spreading into few tens of kilometers. The previous one was hundreds to thousands, and this will only cover some tens of kilometers. At present they are largely implemented in the ring topology. We already have studied few topologies, which was bus topology, ring topology, star topology. I hope you remember this. So in that particular case, we consider the ring topology here. So in the metro networks, we usually consider the performance by using OADMs, while the larger metro networks can even incorporate the OXCs. Some of the larger metros can consider the OXCs, rest of them can consider the OADMs only. So then the lowest tier, which is the lowest tier? The lowest tier happens to be the access. So here in this access, we can call it as local access network, which can be extended from few hundreds of meters to 20 kilometers. Maximum will be few hundreds of meters to 20 kilometers maximum. Hence, this access network provides the initial interface to the telecommunication network for the residential or business customers. So in this particular case, what happens is, although these networks can be configured based on the bus star or the ring topology, the fiber access network communication usually gains the favor. In this case, there will be a branching node which is called as the remote node or called as RN. So here in this picture you can see there is something called as RN, which is connected to the local office exchange. So RN is interconnected to the users with the local office or the telephone exchange. This is in order to provide the larger interconnectivity and to provide the local offices and exchanges with the metropolitan area network. If you want to connect this to metropolitan area network, then you will require something called as the remote node, which is in connect to the local office exchange. So this is about the hierarchical explanation of public telecommunication network overview. So this In this picture, if I want to re-explain it, I want you all to understand that the long haul network is used for the connection between the long haul networks between the countries. The next one is, and the long haul network is for the hundreds to thousands of kilometers. The metropolitan is for the smaller area network up to tens of kilometers. So here, if it is a larger metro, then we can go for OXCs, or we can consider the OADM itself. So the next one is the XS, which is of the lower tier. This has got a remote node which is in connect to the local office or the exchange. Here, this remote node will be directly in connect with the users, and this can happen over a small area wherein it is about the few meters or up to 20 kilometers. So OADM in this picture will work, and it will be considered as optical add-drop multiplexers. You already have studied this. Optical add-drop multiplexers in short is called as OADM, and optical cross connects is called as OXC. So this OXC stands for optical cross connects, and the optical add-drop multiplexer is called as OADMs. I hope you have understood the topic.